Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Jayena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ucha Shri Guruvarga Pandito Moha Pandito Yoshada Purvaparya Paramparapacchalita Prajapamurtakte Bhaktir Nirmala Nircharas Nivritam Shamrakakam Shadaram Ande Shri Gurudeva Manatta Shira Chajavaram Yam Prabhavishta Shuprakam Yanera Shishasham Bushidam Chantya Samastaviranapanam Shri Rupa Bandhanugam Govinda Pita Muchvalam Bharatanam Bhakti Amitam Shandaram Ande Vishwaguncha Divya Bhagavat Premno Hi Bij Pradam Evam Divyatanam Shashanda Vadanam Balarka Chalanchitam Chandarananda Puram Shadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamrim Shishidanta Jidim Shabhakti Lashitam Sarasvataram Varam Ande Tam Shubhadam Adeka Sharanam Yashishwaram Shridaram Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Paritanam Bhavanappo Vishnuvipo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namna Gurupise Vrindaye Tulashidevaya Priyaya Kesavasacha Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satchavache Namo Namaha Atmanatma Mantra Gurun Bhagavat Hartadan Jaya Sanjagat Guru Natva Tattva Jaya Mudirayat Jai Saparikara Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundara Path Pavanam Jayastu Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. My humble and thanks to all the devotees. So thank you all for joining us today. It's an honor and a pleasure to be with you on the Zoom session today. As we all aware, it is today is Ekadashi. In the western part of the world, most of the devotees are observing Ekadashi, and we noticed that on the eastern part, they will be observing Mahadwadashi tomorrow. So this is explained very nicely by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that we will always try to observe Shuddha Ekadashi, the pure Ekadashi. So what does that mean? Shripatyagi Maharaj was explaining this in one of his lectures, is that the calculation is done according to the phases of the moon. And this Ekadashi Tithi, it's called a Tithi. When the start time of the Tithi is before sunrise, then it is considered pure Ekadashi. Then we can observe the Ekadashi. But when the Tithi, the start time, is after sunrise, it is not considered a pure Ekadashi. Then the Ekadashi is observed the next day, and it is observed on Mahadwadashi day. It's a very simple explanation given there, how we observe and why the difference in time like that. Ekadashi, the 11th day, and then sometimes is observed on the next day, the 12th day, Mahadwadashi. Okay, so today we will do some reading. We'll share some lectures from our spiritual masters, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj, and another lecture by Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. And after that, we will have some simple Ekadashi preps that will be shared by Kanu Priya Didi and Krishna Nandini Didi. And then we will have some kirtan towards the end. Okay, so I'll hand over now to Shripat Adhokshaja Prabhu.
Dandavat to all the devotees. Well, we know that Sri Guru, there is everything for our welfare. This world is very dangerous. At every step we have danger. And only Sri Guru is showing us how to live properly and safely. So especially on Ekadasi, we must avoid grains, and I'm going to read what he has said, what he has written. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj ki Jai, Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Devi Maharaj ki Jai, Shila Bhakti Rakhaksha Devi Maharaj ki Jai, Anantati Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. So this is a lecture by Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. His Divine Grace Om Vishwan Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj on observing Ekadasi. We will take no grains and will not take food many times unless it is necessary for someone for health reasons. maintain your body and take some food. And if someone can do Ekadasi without food, that is the best. What does best mean? It is Krishna consciousness. And service to Krishna must not be hampered. This is first of all. And after that, we can take some physical austerity to supply more enjoyment to Krishna. So we are meant to supply more enjoyment to Krishna. Ekadasi is a special day when Krishna's hankering for enjoyment increases and devotees supply that enjoyment to him, ignoring their own happiness. This is Ekadasi. As for what is permissible, there is a slok here. Astaitani avrattagnani apomulam phalam payaha havir brahmana kamya cha gurur vachanam ausadam. It is from Hari Bhakti Vilas 1240, originally from Mahabharata. Apo means water. Mulam means what grows underground. Phalam means fruit. Payaha means milk. And all products of milk. Havir also is a product of milk. It means ghee. And there are three other things. Brahman kamyacha means if a Brahman is in a dangerous position and he wants you to take some food by which he will get relief, then you can take it. Gurur vachanam. If your guru says, take this and go, then there is no question. You must take it. And aushadam, medicine. Inside medicine, there are many ingredients, but it is permissible to take it because it is necessary to maintain your health. So we can see the point is there. And the point is to maintain your health and serve Krishna as much as possible, as much as possible. We can also add that you can take what grows under the ground, some potato, etc. As for carrots, I have seen in Hari Bhakti Vilas that certain carrots are restricted, But we take it and do not feel anything bad. In Uttar Pradesh, unlike Bengal, they follow Ekadasi. And on Ekadasi day, you can see they sell carrot halwa in the shop. There you will get Ekadasi food on the streets, and they follow Ekadasi properly. They do not give any imitation. You can also cook some tapioca with milk. I like very simple Ekadasi, but my fortune is very bad because when I go somewhere and see that it will be Ekadasi, I become fearful. Because every time Ekadasi disturbs me with food, they make so many things, but I do not like it. Guru Maharaj's plan for Ekadasi is one sabji and tapioca. That is all, nothing else. Now our friends promoted peanuts, and they also make peanuts on Ekadasi. It is agreeable food on Ekadasi. They can take it. And also some fruit, sago, tapioca, is good for stomach. If someone's stomach is not strong, they can take tapioca, boil in water, and milk. It is very simple. It depends upon one's health. On Ekadasi, actually, you should not take too much of anything. Give some rest to your stomach. Medical science also says that if you can give a complete rest to your stomach on Ekadasi, it is good for your health. Then everyone will choose for themselves what is necessary for them and what is not. Then what's to devotee?
Dhanyavad Prabhuji. Jai Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Thank you very much. Yes, nice explanation there by Shila Gurudev. I think from what I can grasp from that is mainly take care of your health on the day. Take what is necessary to keep in good health. And if you have to take some medication, because sometimes you may have like, diabetes or some heart problem or some illness, then you have to take the medication. And that instruction is coming from Guru. So it's nothing for us to think about or, try to assume anything. Gurudev is giving that instruction. Take your medication, take whatever is necessary for your health and continue with your service. Service is most important. Yeah.
And one point, you see, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sriman Mahaprabhu begs his mother, that is, asks her a favor, that she would keep fasting on every Ekadasi.
Yes.
So the Lord himself begging his mother keep Ekadasi.
That's how important it is, this Vrat for Krishna. Any of the devotees got any questions or any comments? Please feel free to ask, or you can type it in the chat later if you would want to as well, no problem. Okay, then we'll go on to the next lecture by Srila Sridhar Maharaj. I'll see if I can try and share that. It's nice if I share that one. As I'm reading, then devotees can maybe see what I am reading. Here we go. The scientific basis of Ekadashi. Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj explains the relationship between service and rasa. Student, Maharaj, since today is Ekadashi, I was wondering if you could tell us a little something about the importance of Ekadashi. Srila Sridhar Maharaj. We are to understand what is aprakrita. Aprakrita means that which is like prakrita, but it is not. That which is similar to the mundane, but it is not mundane. So aprakrita means supramundane. The color of the mundane is there, so the word mundane is there, but we are given a warning that it is not mundane. So we are told supramundane. That which is aprakrita based similarity to the mundane is like mundane, but it is not mundane. So very nice explanation, Srila Sridhar Maharaj is saying that we see many things happening in the spiritual world. He says the color is there, but it is not the same. So Krishna performing many pastimes, like swimming in the Jamuna. He's also eating, taking prasadam. But we cannot compare that activities to what is taking place in the mundane. Yeah, everything is going on no doubt according to the supreme will of the Lord, but it is playing in the shadow potency of the Lord, and it is not eternal. But in the spiritual world, everything is eternal, full of bliss, full of joy, and it is for the satisfaction of the Lord. So we cannot say it is both the same. It is different. By the influence of the moon, the rasa, the watery portion in the body, within everything, everywhere here in this world increases. In the ocean also, there is the tide, the ebb and flow of high and low tide. As the time of the full moon and the new moon nears, the watery portion within everything swells, and thereby the enjoying spirit increases. I am speaking from a lecture of my Guru Maharaj in Kurukshetra in 1927 or 28 about the scientific basis of Ekadashi. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj here is actually quoting the lecture from his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. By the movement of the earth, the moon, the sun, and the other planets, heat decreases. The rasa, the exciting juice in our body, is enhanced. And thereby the tendency for exploitation, for enjoyment, increases. So fasting is necessary to meet with that external movement in nature. Fasting can save us from that particular reaction. So fasting has been recommended. And especially if one can't fast at all, if it is impossible, then one may follow a diet that will give less cause for excitement. This is called anukalpa. But mainly fasting is recommended. Why? To check the senses. Because the pull of the senses at that time by the flow of nature becomes more intense. The result is that one is excited and wants to enjoy, to encroach on the environment. So this unfair encroachment of our own self should be controlled, and fasting has been recommended. This is one way Ekadasi is explained. So Srila Shira Maharaj is giving the scientific explanation here, how the different phases of the moon will have an impact on our body, the watery portion within our body, and in this way the senses are also affected like this. And we want to actually enjoy even more. And to check that enjoyment, to check the senses, then some fasting is necessary. So a very nice explanation given here about the moon and the increase of water within the body. In another way, if this consideration is taken to the center, then by such conditions in the environment, Krishna himself also feels a greater necessity for enjoyment. And when Krishna feels more necessity, the devotees get a greater chance to serve. So this time is very valuable for them. Krishna wants to enjoy more, and the devotees should be busy to supply things for his enjoyment. So much so that they won't have any time to feed themselves. Fasting is called upavash. Upa means samipe, near, to always remain vasha, by the side of Krishna and supply whatever he wants. In doing so, servitors forget to take food and other things for themselves. They want to be more busily engaged in the service of Krishna, because at this time of need, they will fetch more remuneration, more affinity for Krishna, more grace. So upavash, fasting, means samipe vasha, staying near. And secondarily, by fasting, we can make our body dry so that our enjoying spirit will be lessened. These are the two general explanations of Ekadasi. There are so many things and everything is conscious, personal. So Ekadasi has her personal character. She devotes herself to the service of Krishna, and she engages everyone in accompanying her in the service of Krishna. She does not care for food or anything else and does not allow others in her group to take food or waste time. She keeps everyone always engaged in the service of Krishna. The underlying meaning is that. Am I clear? Student, yes. Move this out of the way. Student, why is it then that we take some foods and not other foods? Srila Shira Maharaj, I told that some foods may be less injurious. Foods that are considered to be less injurious, not more exciting, have been prescribed. Also, it is mentioned in another way in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Some peculiar sins are fond of taking shelter in those places, in those foods that we reject. Pap, a type of sin, is very fond of taking shelter in those plants. So we surely want to avoid them. It is mentioned like that. So although there's a scientific explanation of this explanation on Ekadashi, why we observe this day, at the same time, Srila Shri Maharaj is explaining that Krishna wants to enjoy even more on this day. So the devotees are so busy engaged in serving the Lord, serving the devotees, that they don't actually think of taking any kind of prasadam like that. So they want to fast on this day. But some foods have been recommended. And there is a list of foods that was published on our website. We can maybe share that. I'm not sure if I have that list in front of me, but we can maybe read that later once I get that list. There's a nice list. Let me see if I can find that quickly. Foods that we can take on Ekadashi and foods that not. Okay, let me stop sharing quickly here. Okay, maybe we can share that a little later. So we're going to be now, sorry, before we continue, has anybody got any questions or anyone got any comments they would like to add to that? Please feel free.
I just wanted to just acknowledge that I know when you were talking about the moon, and yeah. I guess this is where the word lunatic comes from, and how heavily the moon can influence us, turn us a little bit crazy also.
Yes, definitely. But we consider ourselves fortunate that we are under the guidance of our spiritual masters, and in this lifetime we came to know about Ekadashi. Not everybody knows this. Many people are practicing vegetarianism, veganism, but they don't know about this Ekadasi and how special it is to the Lord. It is a very special Tithi, Madhava Tithi. You'll see when we sing in the song later, Shuddha Bhakata, we see the word the Madhava Tithi. It's very, very special. These holy days, they are so very special to the Lord and his devotees. Okay. So Didi, you going to share with us now a recipe, that a special sweet that we can have?
Yeah. So I'm having to put this on here. My phone, I'm just going to log that in so that you can see. I hope you can see that.
Yes.
What I have. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshumilitan Nila Tashmai Shri Guruve Namah. All glories to Shri Nimrachari Maharaj Ki Jai. So this Ekadasi preparation is a sweet preparation, and it's really, really easy to make. It's just a few ingredients also. So we have dates. If you can see those dates, and sometimes with the dates, if they're a bit dry, you might want to soak them in water just so that they're soft, and just take the seeds out, and then I've just really chopped them finely. Sometimes if you put them in a blender, it gets really stodgy, so just see how you go. So this is just I'm just using like one cup of dates, chopped dates, and then this is just a selection of mixed nuts. So in here, again, you can use any nuts really. I've got cashew nuts, I think hazelnuts, some almonds and some pistachios in here. So, and I've just ground them so they're not too like flour, but a little bit of crunch. And really, you can just don't have to put all of it in, and it depends on how nutty you like them. I don't know if you can see, and then I'm just mixing it all together, and you're just sort of kneading it all together. It is sticky. So easy, and these are really great for Ekadasi because they give you so much energy, actually. So the idea that we're not meant to have too much, so this gives a good energy release. You can see it's getting into like a dough almost. It looks like a dough. And if you want to add more nuts, I'm going to add just a few more in there to make them really nice and nutty. And the only other ingredient I have for this recipe is coconut, desiccated coconut. And you can either at this stage put the coconut in with it, but I'm going to add it at the end because it looks pretty. So that's our dates and nuts. What I'm going to do is just put some coconut. If you can see, I'm just going to put a little bit of coconut in here in this bowl. You just get right off the plate. So like I said, with these dates, remember if they're dry, if they're quite dry, then you can soak them or adding a little bit of water. But these dates were lovely and juicy and lovely and soft. So then what I'm doing is just going to take one ball. I'm going to turn it into a ball, and I'm just going to dip it into the coconut. Or just a few. It depends how coconutty you like it. You could add some coconut inside, I guess. Switch it around. Just do a few. So you can see they're so quick, they're so easy to make. I've got maybe 2 more left here. One more. Wash my hands. And there we have, let me just wash my hands, very sticky hands. And then there, you can see that, ready for offering.
Jai Gurudev. Yes, it's very nice and nutritious. And it was very simple and easy to make.
Very easy, very, very easy to make.
Yeah.
Oh, I just.
So it's also a recipe that you can play around with, like you said, add different types of nuts.
Add different nuts, what nuts you like. Yeah, different fruits even, I guess. You could obviously probably mix other dried fruits in with those. As long as it's a nice soft mixture. So really easy to make. So
yeah.
yes. Jai Gurudev. And then we're off. I'll just show you just the offering here.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Didi. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Recipe. Yes. I noticed also in our mat when we were there for Ekadasi, also they serve the dates as well together with the fruits. So as many of you will have observed when we were there for Ekadasi, first the fruits come, you know, nice watermelon and grapes, bananas, cucumber, dates, like that, so much of fruits. And then after some roasted nuts and potato sabji and some tapioca as well. So this, I just want to share this here. I managed to find this here. There was a little later. Yeah, okay, this one. This was posted on our month website on some of the items that we should try to avoid and some of the not taken or used on Ekadasi, any kinds of grains or their byproducts, rice, wheat, soya, maize, canola, cereals, oats, millet, barley, rye, bread, flax, etc. Any kind of pulses or their byproducts, soya beans, chickpeas, beans, peas, cocoa, lentils, any other dal pulses. Any type of flour except buckwheat. Buckwheat is obviously a type of a pseudo grain. Devotees can have buckwheat. Corn oil, cornstarch, carrots, beetroot, tomatoes, watermelon, which is Karela. Carrots, obviously, you know, sometimes it's allowed, sometimes, yeah, like that Gurudev was saying, was is considered a root. So in some places, devotees take carrots. So I see on both sides the carrots can be taken, can't be taken. Yeah, that's a one for discussion. Spinach, lettuce, all spices, except ginger, cumin, and black pepper. So ginger, cumin, black pepper is allowed. We should try to avoid all other spices. Can be taken on Ekadashi in moderation if full fast is detrimental to health and service. This can be taken. Potatoes, cauliflower, carrots, zucchinis, squash, pumpkin, buckwheat, sunflower seed oil without bran, coconut oil, milk, curds, yogurts containing no cornstarch or grain byproducts, cucumbers, fruits, nuts, tapioca, sago, sweet potato, salt, sugar, ginger, cumin, black pepper, no other spices. So this was posted a couple of years ago on our month website. I thought I would share that with you. Okay, so now we'll move to Krishna Nandini Devidasi. She is busy in the kitchen and I will share the video of in the kitchen.
And all the devotees and friends. Welcome. Today I'm going to be preparing Ekadasi pizza. And I've already mashed the potatoes because of time constraints. So I've done the mashed potato. 3 medium-sized potatoes, and I've added 2 tablespoons of butter and a teaspoon of salt. Okay, and this mashed potato is going to be used as the base, the pizza base. Okay. Over here I have the vegetables, which is like a half a cauliflower, half a butternut, and some zucchinis, which has been stir frying for like about 20 minutes. And this is going to be the toppings. And I've used half a teaspoon of crushed cumin seeds, and I've used a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of Himalaya salt. Yeah. Okay. This is now done. So I just switch this off. Okay. And now to this, I'm going to just add to the mashed potato. I'm just going to add a tablespoon of cream. We don't want to put too much of cream. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to mix this up here nicely. Okay. And then here, I'm going to add some scrambled paneer to this. Add some scrambled paneer. Just leave that for a little while. Okay, it's fine because we're going to put it into the oven. And then we'll take the mashed potato. Now this is the, we're going to be using the mashed potato as a base. Okay. Okay, there we go. Here. So this now we're going to put it into the oven. So just for another 5 minutes. So now this we actually placed for like about, you could say 20 minutes.
Can I ask what you used as spices in the vegetables again? Can you just?
Yeah. What I've used here is I've used a teaspoon of Himalaya salt.
Mm-hmm.
These are all the spices. Okay. I've used a half a teaspoon of ginger. I used half a teaspoon of cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And when I was roasting, I roasted with 2 tablespoons of butter. 2 tablespoons of butter, because I didn't use too much of butter because we've also put butter in the mash. So I'll just pat that. And then what we do is we top up with some cheese. If you don't want cheese, it's okay. You don't have to put cheese, but what is a pizza without cheese? we have to have the cheese. So yeah, there we go. That is your Ekadasi pizza. Now we're going to put it into the oven and for like another 2 minutes or until the cheese melts. And yeah, but everything is pre-cooked, so we don't have to cook it for too long. Okay. And once the cheese is melted, then it's ready to offer. So here now, either we have some vegetables in South Africa, which is yams. We've got green banana. That's all these vegetables can be used on Ekadasi. We've got sweet potato, patty pans, squash, and got fruit, and we've got nuts and raisins, which we normally have on Ekadasi. Thank you very much. Anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm sure the
Can I ask the question? I've never seen those little orange vegetable that you had in the basket. The little
patty pans.
Yeah, are they like small squashes or something?
Yes, they are from the family of the zucchini and squash. Okay. This.
Yeah, never seen.
So we can have that here, and these are yams.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Well, in South Africa, these are called madumbis. So it's like also similar to a potato. It's also like a root which we have on Ekadasi. And then we have the green banana, which is also called a plantain in some of the countries. And we can do like various things with this. We can make chips. We can do kofta balls with it, a sabji, green banana sabji. So there's such a variety that we can actually, have on Ekadasi. And then these are all the spices here. I've used the butter, I've used ginger, the Himalaya salt, black pepper, cumin. That's, and then rock salt and peppers. Yeah, so you can use whole peppers, ground peppers. So there's such a wide variety that you can have on Ekadasi. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and try it out. It'll be good.
Thank you, Didi. Really nice. Just wait for Krishna Kinkar to come back. And I think we'll finish with Kirtan.
Okay, I'm back.
Really nice.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Krishna Nandini Didi, for sharing that simple Ekadasi pizza with us. Yeah. So yeah, you can again, use different types of vegetables if you would like, to make a pizza. It's a variety, very versatile recipe that you can chop and change. So yeah, anybody got Rajeshwari Didi Dandavats, Praneshwari Didi Dandavat Pranams. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Kishore.
Krishna Kishore Prabhu Dhanavad. Thank you for joining us. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now that we're done with the two recipes, we will do some kirtan now. I think that'll be good for us.
Praneshwari Didi, you got a question?
I would like to add that the plantain skin, when it's green, it can also be used to make a sabji. Not the fruit inside, but the skin. When it's green, you cut it in strips and you season it, and it's a wonderful sabji.
The skin, I never knew that.
Skin, the green.
Yeah. Mm.
Amazing.
Okay, maybe sometime you can show us how to make it.
There is some, like now vegan sites, you will see they use it as like an imitation meat. I don't know how you do it, but you use the skin to make something, you grate it, and it's kind of like a mince or something, I guess.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting.
I know they use banana, is it the banana flour, don't they? Is it called banana?
Yeah, and the peel as well, I think we use.
Banana flour, I know they use, and also the stem from inside the banana. They peel the outer covering of the stem and they use the white portion inside to make a sabji as well. It's very famous in West Bengal. But it's the first time I'm hearing of the banana skin, the green banana skin. Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. I know
You must
Shri
show us
Acharya
those recipes.
Sorry, yes. Sorry.
I say you must show us those recipes.
Yeah, that would be great if someone can share one of those recipes with us, one of the cooking sessions. I know it's called mocha ganta or something like that. It's one of the Bengali names they use for the banana preps. But our gurus are very fond of those preparations, no doubt. Okay, so we can start with some kirtan, and let me see if I can share. We can sing Shri Guru Charana Padma. Let me share that. Screen, Shri Guru Charana Padma. There we go. Everyone can see. Okay. Okay, who would like to chant Shri Guru Charana Padma? Please feel free. Adakshaja Prabhu, would you like to chant?
You chant, Prabhu, please.
Kanu Priya Didi, you want to chant?
Yes, sure.
Okay, go for it.
Shall I go there?
Everyone can follow.
Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma
Andamoi Sarva Tanha Mate
Andamoi Shavadana Mate
Tanhara Prasade Pai Devakaturiya Jai
Tahara Prasade Bhai Bhavathoriya Jai
Krishna Prati Hori Janha Hoite
Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoite
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kuriya Kya
Mukha Padma Vakya Chiteti Koya Kya
Arana Koriha Mani Asa
Arana Koriyo Mane Asha
Guru Charani Rati Se Utamagati
Guru Charane rati se utama gati.
Te prasade spure sarva sa.
Prasade pure sarva.
Chakshutana dilo jai janme janme prabhu say.
Chakshudana dilo jai janme janme prabhu se.
Divya gyan hidre prakashito.
Divya gyan hriday prakashito.
Namo bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinasha jati.
Bhakti jaha hoite abhija vinasha jate.
Vede gyai janhara charito. Hey Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamaja Nara Bandhu.
Guru Karuna Sindhu Adamaja Nara Bandhu.
Lokanate Lokira Jivana.
Lokanate Lokira Jivana.
Mahaprabhu Kuratoyo Tehu More Patachaya.
Mahaprabhu Kuratoyo Patachaya.
Ebe Yasa Kushukti Puvana.
Eja Shukri Bhuvana.
Yatama Loyo Sharana.
Yatama Loyo Sharana.
Doyapade Loyo Sharana.
Yepade Loyo Sharana.
Amishanaliyam.
Sharanilam.
Abhayashi Padapade Shanaliyam.
Abhayashi Sharanilam.
Amadoyo Korohe.
Namidoya Korohe.
Patik Pavan Shri Guru De Toya Korohe.
Gurudev Doya Korohe.
Atama Patika Jene Toya Korohe.
Adama Patita Jene Doya Korohe.
Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. So on Ekadasi days, now as instructed by Srila Acharya Dev, there's two songs that we sing. Shri Hari Vashare Hari, and the other one is Shuddha Bhakta Charana Renu. I'm going to see if I can share Shri Hari Vashare Hari. Very nice, sweet kirtan. Share that. Shri Hari Vashare Hari. Everyone can see the screen.
Yes.
Shri Hari Vashare Hari. Okay, let us go for this. Shri Hari Vashare Hari Kirtana Vidan.
Hari Hari Kirtana Vitana.
Nityaram Bila Prabhu Jagatera Pran.
Rambila Prabhu Jagatera Prabhana.
Punyavanta Shriva Sangane Shubharamba.
Punyavanta
Shivashangani Shubharamba.
Uttilo Kirtana Dvani Gopala Govinda.
Tilo Kirtana Gopala Govinda.
Mirdanga Mandira Baje Shankakara Thal.
Mirdanga Mandira Bhaje Sankara Thal.
Sankirtana Sangashabo Hoilo Mishal.
Sankirtana Sangasogilo Masala.
Brahmande Uthilo Dvani Puriya Akash.
Brahmadev Tirivani Puriya Akash.
Sauti Kera Mangala Jaya Shobanash.
Mangala Joy Sobanasa.
चतुर्दिके श्री हरि मंगल संकीर्तन
Chaturdike Sri Hari Mangala Sankirtan.
मध्य नचे जगन्नाथ मिश्रेरानंदन
Mudya Nacha Jagannath Nandana.
अपरांगित शोभे श्री चंदन मला
Shobha Sri Chandana Mala.
आनंदे न चोय शोभे होये विभला
Anandena Choi Sobe Vivala.
निजानंदे नच महाप्रभु विश्वम्भरा
Janandena Che Prabhu.
कन्नर रथाली सुनी अति मनोहारा
Charanera Tali Suniyati Manohara.
भावेशे माला न हीरो ये गलाय इंदिया पड़ोए गिया बक्कठेर गाय
India Podaya Giya Bhakatera Gaya.
तार नाम आनंद शिव वसन न जने तार रसे नच शिव से नचे अपाने
Nase Nache Siva Se Nache Apani.
तार नाम वाल्मीकि होइल तपोदना
Charaname Bhaumiki Hoilita Pudana.
तार नामे अजमिला फाइलो मुछाना
Charanama Hajamila Pudino Mochana.
तार नामे श्रावणे संसारे बंदे कुछे नामे श्रावणे संसार बंदे कुछे एन प्रभु अवतारी खला जुगे नाछे
Avatari Kali Yugenache.
तार नाम लोय शुक्र नारद बेदाय
Nameloi Sukhanarada Bedai.
आहा श्रवधना प्रभु जर गुण गाय सर्व महाप्रयश्चित्त जे प्रभुर नाम से प्रभु न छाय देखे जत भग्यवान श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद छद जान वृंदावन दास तुचु पद जुगे गान श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद चौद जान
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nanda John.
वृंदावन दास तुझु पद जुगे गान
Vana Dasa Tucha Pada Yudhyagan.
Read the English translation. Krishna Nandini, like to read the English.
Once on the auspicious day of Ekadasi, in the house of Srivas Pandit, Sriman Mahaprabhu inaugurated congregational Namas Sankirtan with great enthusiasm, accompanied by his devotees and associates. Surging in divine ecstasy, Sriman Mahaprabhu, the life and soul of the universe, began to dance beautifully. The devotees surrounded him, being deeply touched and inspired by such an ecstatic moment, and they also began to dance and sing the holy names like Gopal and Govinda. The combined sound vibrations of mridanga, temple bells, kartala, and conch in harmony with the congregational singing and dancing took everyone to the plane of transcendental delight. The holy vibration of Sankirtan filled the sky and spread throughout the ether, all over the cosmic universal existence. Thus, the atmosphere in all directions became purified and filled with auspiciousness by that divine sound. Someone else would like to read?
Tanishta? Tanishta, Krishna Kishore.
I can read. I'm happy to read. What do you feel?
Okay.
In all four directions, the auspicious chanting of the Lord's name spread, and in the center of that sound vibration, the son of Jagannath Mishra, Sriman Mahaprabhu, danced. Everyone was decorated with fragrant sandalwood paste and beautiful garlands. The most wonderful rhythmic sound arose from the dancing footsteps of Sriman Mahaprabhu, which captivated the minds of the devotees. As he continued dancing in his own internal ecstasy, the swinging flower garlands around his neck began to fall, decorating the earth. The devotees beheld before their eyes this rare and precious heart captivating, ecstatic dance of the supreme Tattva, Shri Gauranga, who is the most worshipable object of even the great personalities such as Lord Shiva, Shuka, Narad, and others. Being totally overwhelmed and lost in the transcendental bliss of taking Mahaprabhu's holy name, Lord Shiva sometimes does not care for his formal appearance or obligation to retain his clothing, which sometimes falls down while he dances in the ecstasy of loving devotion. By chanting and meditating upon his holy name, Sri Valmiki became a great, powerful rishi, and Ajamila attained pure liberation. As one hears and takes his holy name with devotion, embracing its holy potency within the core of their heart, their existence becomes totally purified and they attain deliverance. Such is the Lord, all incarnations, in his dancing form in this age of Kali. Does anyone else want to read?
This is a
Continue, Didi.
beautiful poem.
Yes. Continue reading.
Praneshwari, Praneshwari, you can read.
Thank you. The pure devotees, Sri Shukadeva and Devarti Narada, are always blissfully engaged in relishing the nectar of his holy name and distributing it to suitable jiva souls, wherever they travel. Even Anantadev describes his unlimited glories with thousands of mouths. Of all penances, the chanting of the Lord's name is supreme, and whoever sees the dancing of the Lord in his form as Sri Chaitanya is a supremely fortunate soul. The two brothers, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, are my beloved masters and my life and soul. Thus, Vrindavan Das sings this song of their glorification and devotionally offers it at their lotus feet.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. Yeah. So you can imagine everyone is watching Mahaprabhu dancing in great ecstasy. You know, he's known as the great dancer. And as he's dancing, this flower, the petals from his flower garland is going all around and you know, decorating the earth and also decorating the devotees as well. So, Shilacharya Dev used to sing this so ecstatically on the Ekadasi days. Then the other song we sing is Shuddha Bhakta. I will share that as well.
Priya Krishna is there from Murli.
Yeah, Krishna Prabhu. Dandavats Priya Krishna Prabhu. Sorry, I cannot see as I'm sharing.
Would you like to
Dandavats. Yeah, maybe Priya Krishna Prabhu would like to sing Shuddha Bhakta. Okay, can't hear him. Any of the other devotees would like to chant this very sweet, beautiful song? Krishna Kishore, Tanishta Didi.
Rajeshwari Didi.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of cooking myself, so I cannot.
Okay.
Play
All right, no
full
problem.
Sorry.
All right, we can start. Shuddha Bhakta by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Shuddha Bhakta Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula
Shuddha Bhakta
Charana Renu
Rajananukula.
Bhakata seva paramasidi premalati karamola.
Bhaktaseva Paramasiti Premalati Karamola.
Shuddha Bhakata Charanarenu Bhajananukula.
Shuddha Bhakta Jananukula.
Madhavakiti Bhakti Janani Chatane Palana Khori.
Madhavakiti
Bhakti
Bhakti
Janani
Janani
Yatane Palana Kori
Krishna Basati Basati Boli Paramadare Bori.
Krishna Vasati Vasati Bole Paramadari
Shuddha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajana Anukula.
Shuddha Bhakta Charanarenu
Bhajananukula. Gora Amara Jesabastani Goralo Brahmana Range.
Ramaraji Sabastani Karola Brahmanandi
Desabastana Heribo Ami Ranai Bhakta Sange.
Sabastana Heriboami Nai Pakata Sande
Yuddha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajana Anukula.
Shuddha Bhakta
Bhakta
Charanarenu
Janari
Rajana
Bhajana
Ganga Badya Shunitemon Abasara Sadajache.
Vedangabadya Sunitamo Abasara Sadajache
Gaura Bihita Kirtana Shuni Anand Hirdaya Nache.
Purabhita
Dihita Kirtana Suni Ananda Hridayanache
Yuddha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajana Anukula.
Shuddha Bhakta
Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajananukula
Yugala Murti Dekhiya Mora Parama Ananda Hoy.
Yugalamurti Dekiya Mora Paramananda
Prasada Seva Karite Hoy Shakala Prapancha Joy.
Prasada Seva
Sadeva Kurito Sakala Panchaja
Shuddha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajana Anukula.
Shuddha Bhakta
Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajananukula
Edina Grihe Bhajana Dekhi Grihete Golokabaya.
Yedina Grihe Bhajana Deki Rite Kulokabaya
Charana Sidhu Dekhiya Ganga Shukana Sima Pai.
Janasiru Dekiye Ganga Kana Sima Paya
Shuddha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajana Anukula.
Kata charanarenu bhajana anukula.
Tulasi dekhi judaya prana madhavato shanitani.
Tulasi deki judaya prana madhavato shanjani.
Kanu Priya shakta sevane jivana sarthakamani.
Asakasevana Ivanasattakamani.
Sutta bhakata charana renu bhajana anukula.
Kata charanarenu bhajana anukula.
Akati vinoda Krishna bhajane anukula payajaha.
Bhakti vinoda Krishna bhajani anukula payaja.
Bhakti divashe parama sukhe shikara khoro yetaha.
Bhakti divase paramasuke vikara kuriya.
Sutta bhakata charana renu bhajana anukula.
Buddha Bhakata charanarenu bhajana anukula.
Akata seva paramasiddhi premalyati karamula.
Bhakta seva paramasiri vimelati karamula.
Bhakti Thakur has written a very, very beautiful song here. Maybe one of the devotees can read translation as well. Rissa would like to read. Hey, Rissa.
Yes.
Dust
So-
from the lotus feet of pure devotees is conducive to devotional service, while service to the Vaishnavas is itself the supreme perfection and the root of the tender creeper of divine love. I observe with great care the holy days like Ekadasi and Janmastami, for they are the mother of devotion. As my dwelling place, I choose with the greatest reverence and love the transcendental abode of Sri Krishna. All those places where my god Gaurasundar traveled for pastimes, I will visit in the company of loving devotees. My mind always begs for the opportunity to hear the music of the mridanga. Upon hearing the kind of kirtan ordained by Lord Gaurachandra, my heart dances in ecstasy. By beholding the deity forms of the divine couple, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, I feel the greatest joy. By honoring the Lord's prasadam, I conquer over all worldly illusions. Golaka Vrindavan appears in my home whenever I see the worship and service of Lord Hari going on there. Upon seeing the Ganges, which is a river of nectar emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord, my happiness knows no bounds. The sight of the holy Tulasi tree soothes my soul, for I know she gives pleasure to Lord Krishna. By honoring sak, a green leafy vegetable preparation, a dear favorite of Lord Chaitanya, I consider life worthwhile. Whatever Bhakti Vinod obtains that is conducive for the service of Sri Krishna, he accepts every day with the greatest of joy.
Shri Satchidanand Bhakti Thakur ki jai.
Yeah.
Very beautiful, sweet song. Very nice explanation there. And now we should try to see everything, as eternal, everything in reality. Always Shri Maharaj says, learn to live in the plane of reality. So when we see a mountain, we'll think of Govardhan Hill. When we see the beautiful trees, we'll think of the tulsi plant, we'll think of the kadamba trees, kadamba flowers, like that. Always try to be absorbed in an eternal way, like that. All right. So let's see if we can sing one more kirtan. Hari Hare Nama Krishna. Share that. Nam Kirtan. There we go. Okay. So, any of the devotees would like to chant? Adhikshaya Prabhu, Krishna, Danishta Devi, please. Adhikshaya Prabhu, chant Prabhu.
Yeah, Krishna Prabhu is not there. Hari Priya is there.
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe he's busy. Kanu Priya, you like to chant?
I don't want. I'm happy to. Or Krishna Nandini, want to sing? I'm happy to. If you want me to, I can sing.
Okay. Hariyaraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hariyaraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha.
Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudana.
Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudana.
Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohana.
Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohana.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra.
Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha.
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha.
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha.
Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha.
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Yahoite Vignana Sadhista Purana.
Jai Te Vignana Shabishta Purana.
Jai Gosai Yara Moitara Dasa.
Jai Gosai Jai Moitara Dasha.
Dasa Para Padarinu Mura Panchagrasa.
Dasapara Padarenu Mora Panchagrasha.
Tadira Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Basa. Janame Janame More Abhilasa.
Janame Janame More Abhilasha.
Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koili Basa.
Jai Gosai Jabe Brajikole Bhasha.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korile Prakasa.
Radha Krishna Nitya Leela Korila Prakasha.
Anande Bolo Hari Braje Vrindavana.
Anande Bolo Hari Braja Vrindavana.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majiyamana.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majjayamana.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pade Padma Kuriyasa.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pade Padma Kuriyasha.
Harinama Sankirtane Koi Naratama Dasa.
Hari Naam Sankirtana Kohe Naratama Dasha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya
Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita,
Jaya
Gauranita.
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya
Gauranita, Jaya
Gauranita, Jaya
Gauranita.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol, Nitya
Bol,
Gaura
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Adhacharya Prabhu, to the Jai, please.
धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। जय इस परिकार श्री गुरु गौरंगा राधा रास बिहारी जियो की जय।
Jai,
जय मुशवाद भक्ति निर्मलाचार्य महाराज की जय।
Jai,
जय मुशवाद प्रवण स्वरूप जी के चारि भक्ति सुंदर गोविंद देव महाराज की जय। जय
Jai,
मुशवाद प्रवण स्वरूप जी के चारि भक्ति रक्षक सादेव महाराज की जय।
Jai,
ओम विष्णुवाद भगवान श्री सिद्धांत ठाकुर की जय।
Jai,
ओम विष्णुवाद गोरक्षोरदास बाजी महाराज की जय। ओम
Jai,
विष्णुवाद आनंद भक्ति ठाकुर की जय।
Jai,
ओम विष्णुवाद जगन्नाथ दास बाजी महाराज की जय।
Jai,
श्री रूप गुरु वर्ग की जय। अनंत वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय।
Jai,
श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। शुद्ध भक्ति विघ्न विनाशाय श्रीमती भगवान की जय। भक्त महाराज की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। गंगा यमुना जी की जय। श्री चैतन्य सारस्वत मठ की जय। शिला भक्ति सुंदर गोविंद आश्रम की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। और की जय। प्रभु किंकर कृष्ण किंकर प्रभु की जय।
All the assembled devotees ki jai. Jai. All the worldwide devotees ki jai. Jai. Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So the devotees in the East, Malaysia, Singapore, you're observing Ekadasi tomorrow? Rajeshwari, did you?
Yes, tomorrow. We are
Tomorrow.
observing tomorrow. Yes.
Okay,
we are.
Madhvadashi. Yes, okay.
Yes.
All right, so thank you all for joining us today. It was very nice to have you all's association. We'll continue again next week. And I have again the format. We'll have a lecture, some reading, discussion, cooking, and then some kirtan. It'll be nice.
Very
Again,
nice.
I'm very honored to have your association today. Everyone take care, stay safe. Till we meet again. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Dandavad.
Jai Gurudev. Thank you very much.
Saturday.